And we're going to have 3 cards selected. So the deck is legitimately shuffled here. And Javier, I want you to take the deck and turn over some cards, maybe about half the deck. Just turn them over reversed on top of the deck.
Okay.
So you'll be cutting to near the center, whatever.
Near the center.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's fine.
And
yeah, just just right there. Okay. Okay, so you cut to the 7 of clubs. Of course, now I saw the 7 of clubs, so that's not the best card for you to take. But let's say you could have cut any one of these cards. I'm just going to give you these cards to shuffle up. And go ahead, shuffle them up. And then look at the face card. Remember that one.
Should I show?
You can show the camera, sure. Yep, fair enough. And then just put them on top of the deck here, just face down. Yeah, okay. So that's card number 1. And Adrian, you're going to get card number 2. So I'm going to just make little packets of cards like this. Just say stop anytime.
Stop.
Do you want this one here or the one close to me?
Close to you.
Okay, so here's your card. Have you got it?
Got it.
Okay, I'll ask you about it in a second. We're just going to cut these, throw them in here. And now we need one more card. So Matt, just take the deck and start to deal face down pile here.
Like this?
Yep. In fact, take 2 or 3 or 5 cards till you get to the center. Yeah, get to near the center and then stop whenever you want. Okay. Is that whatever you want? I don't want to influence you. All right. Look at the last card that you show it to the camera. Put it back in place. And then put the rest of the cards on top. Now, I think that is one incredibly fair sequence.
Super fair. I'm baffled by how fair this is.
Okay. So now we're going to, you know what? I think his card is a magnetic card. That's what we need. Let's see if I can get this card out of the deck. There it goes. Adrian, was your card the 5 of diamonds? Yes. Good news. That's the magnetic card, dude. I'm going to place the 5 of diamonds about halfway down inside the deck. Name your card.
King of clubs.
Name your card.
3 of hearts.
King of clubs, 3 of hearts. Watch the magnetic card in action. King of clubs.
Oh, wow.
And 3 of hearts. Found by the magnetic card.
Nice.
Isn't that cool?
That's great.
Okay, take these cards and hold them face up like that in your hand. I'm going to place Adrian's card in the middle. Watch this. It's reversed here. Watch this. No longer reversed. Take a check over there. Is there a card over there? Is that?
Oh,
Isn't that cool?
Nice.
All right.
That's great. That's great.
G'day champion, it's Saturday, so another free tutorial of Saturday Sorcery. So welcome back my friend, get comfy, throw those damn cute feet up, and let's get into today's episode. But before we kick off all this awesome magic tutorial treatness, I do want to tell you about this episode's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the Whammy Bundle, which will be filled full of awesome hard-hitting pieces of magic, make sure you stick around to later on in this episode where I show you how to enter that very giveaway. Now you just saw the legendary Mike Powers perform his Triple Whammy effect. This is a hands-off 3 selection routine that's expertly structured. And this very tutorial also has a method for openly creating a breather crimp. Now this whole tutorial is an excerpt from Mike Powers at the table lecture. And if you want to see more on this very lecture, make sure you check it out in the link in the description below. Now look, I'm sure you have those feet up, you have those cards ready in your hand, and you're ready to get going. So enough of me flapping these cute gums of mine. Let's jump over to Mike Powers right now and learn the very effect. Triple Whammy! Mike, take it away.
So let's talk about how this thing works now. I'm excited about this because doesn't it feel...
I'm excited.
It's like so many... It's like, how can that happen? But
it's so fair. Everything is super fair. Super fair.
And I have to say, this is in the section in the book in Tesseract. The first section is unprepared card mysteries, and that means no preparation. And now there's some stuff like maybe you have to do a little stack, or you have a special card. For example, a double backer. With a breather crimp. This guy does all this incredible work during this trick. It's amazing what this guy is doing for it to make this happen. So here's the first thing. You'll start to see how this unfolds. First, we got to get the breather crimp in the card. And normally, this is a good tip for people that may not know the simple breather crimp, the one that you can actually do in front of people. Normally, you squeeze your thumb down on your 2 fingers and pull this way. You
From
create
the middle to
like
the
a
corner.
channel.
Yeah.
Then you do it with the other hand. Then you do it this way. Then you do it this way. You cannot do that while you're doing magic for people because what the hell is that?
Yeah.
But look at this. If you simply take the card, I'm going to make a bottom cutting breather out of this card right now. I'm going to push down with my thumb. See these two fingers?
Yeah.
I'm simply going to push down at the corner right here and diagonally opposite like that. One push, one push. That's a breather. I did not ever put the other kind of work in. I never did that thing.
Okay.
I might reinforce this breather because it might not last as long, but this is a top cutting breather now because it has sort of this downward thing.
Yeah.
If I turn it this way, you can see it want to rotate. That's a bottom cutting breather. So if I reach over and cut,
It'll be
and you have to experiment a little bit if you're not familiar with this breather concept. A light cut, especially when you know the location of the card, it's easier. I knew it was near the center, so I'm not grabbing up at the top where I'm going to certainly miss. I know it's near the center, so you just guide your hands toward near the center and you just lift and it'll be there. So if you've never experimented with a breather cramp, it's a killer little thing.
Yeah, and I think you mentioned with a light touch, right?
Yes, it is.
So
a
it's
light
almost
touch.
as if you were caressing the cards rather
Yes.
than gripping them
It's
and
not boom,
killing them.
And especially don't riffle up the deck or something. Now you're going to, you have to just let the breather do its work. It wants to cut there. Pitt Hartling has that trick where you use your finger and it cuts there. So, I mean, that tells you how much it wants to cut there. You just go bloop.
And I think he gets spectators to do it.
Yeah, even they can do it. So it's amazing what a breather crimp will do for you. But in this case, it's doing this cool location thing. So I'm starting with it on top. Obviously, you could shuffle it all over the place. It's a top cutting breather. So I probably would double check to be sure I got it back to the top. Because if it's shuffled, I don't have that knowledge of exactly where it is. Now it's harder to cut at it because if it's real near the bottom, you're going to miss it. Really, it's best near the middle. So now it's a top cutting breather. It's kind of angled this way. So when I put the work in, I pushed here. This is a bottom cutting breather this way. I turn it over, leave it on top. So I'll just go ahead and do the work of all the guys here.
Can I just say something real quick?
Sure.
I think a simple mnemonics technique, if you just, and I just thought of this, so it's not like I've done this before, because I'm seeing, and it's almost like a mountain.
Yeah, it is.
And mountains go up.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's the top.
It wants to come up.
And then if it's going down, it's an iceberg, and it goes under the
Good.
water.
There you go. Okay. Added value right here. Murphy's Rocks. Okay. So top cutting breather now, soon to be a bottom cutting breather. So when you turn these over, look at how beautiful this is. When you turn these over face down, now this is an interesting lesson. I told you to put them on the table. When I was lecturing in Canada, I was doing this trick and it was failing, and it shouldn't fail. Because let me explain how it works and then I'll show you why it fails. So when you do this and I spread these out, that double backer, that was the top card.
Yeah.
That's the double backer, and it's now a bottom cutting breather.
Yeah.
So if you take all these and shuffle and then look at this card, the two of spades, and put them here, that's right next to the key card that cuts to the bottom. So if I cut, this is going to be the bottom card and your selection is directly above it. It's already under control, but it looks like it's completely out of control. So what happened in Canada was this. I'll go back to the beginning. So here we are. We have let's make sure I got this oriented the right way. This is the bottom cutting breather, right? That's the top cutting breather there. Okay, got it. All right. So what was happening with magicians was they were turning it over and holding a break instinctively.
Oh.
So when they did this, they just stuck their finger in there because they're so used to doing that they were holding a break. So I would just say, remember that card. I'd turn my back and say, okay, see the card you cut to? Yeah. Okay, turn them back over. And they were so what I hoped they were doing was not holding a break and going, okay, turn them back over means find this point. There's the breather now.
Yeah.
But they were bringing it back to the top.
Because they're magicians and they know how to handle cards.
So the new way that solves that problem is put the deck down, dude. No breaks. Thank you. Spread them. Okay. Now it's like, well, I saw this card. So now I'm watching to be sure that things are right. When you turn your back, it's dangerous, which I've learned the hard way a few times. Anyway, so you look at the face card, the 5 of clubs. We don't remember. It goes on there. Now, this is a beautiful card control from Willis Kenny, a Canadian guy. I met Willis and hung out with him a few times. He's died years back, but he was a real gambler that used to really cheat. And he could do killer seconds and bottoms and stuff. Also was a magician and did great coin work. He had a killer cup and ball routine, or not cup and ball. Yeah, no, cup and ball with sponge balls. Amazing stuff. And the guy's completely unknown. Anyway, here's his control, the Willis Kenny deceptive control. I'm going to hit that breather. So there it is. That's my first cut. Then I say, just say stop anytime. Now watch how this works. Don't forget, your card is directly above the breather. Your card is second from bottom here.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So now he says stop. Doesn't matter which card. Whatever card it is, I'm going to put it here. He said take this card. I showed him the card. I put it here. Now, when I cut, watch how this looks, and then just think about it. Well, let me explain it first, and then watch how it looks, because it just looks unbelievably out of. There's just throwing cards around. So I'm going to cut these and complete the cut, and that puts the breather crimped double backer between your two selections, because his is on top right now, right? Remember, he said take this card. So I'm going to cut, then I'm going to lift these up and throw it in the middle. So watch this. I just go like this to here, throw them in the middle, and immediately cut at the breather again. So now, I mean, it's just like I threw these cards around. This looks totally impossible to control anything. But that's the breather. That means that's one of the selections that was below the breather, and the other selection, the 5 of clubs, is above the breather. So now all you have to do is drop 2 cards from this side and end up with this card on top. So now it's breather, selection, shuffle off, other selection here. Now, watch what happened with Matt. Give him the deck completely out of my hands. So Matt now does this. First, he has to deal a single card. So I say deal cards to the table. He's going to deal a single card. That's the selection. That's the second selection. That's the one that he had. So now I say, no, get to just dump some cards down there. Stop anytime you want near the center. Look at a card. Remember the card. Now what's down here? The breather with one card above it, with your card above it. There's the breather, the double backer, with your card above it. His card's on the bottom. And now the other card's between the breather. The breather is between 2 cards, 2 of the selections. So the second guy, Adrian's card, is on the bottom. Now I don't know what I want to do here. I mean, you could do a crisscross force. You could do palm it out, pull it out of your pocket. It's right on the bottom. That's his card. Yeah. So I just did a pop out move, not very well, like whoops. And again, not very well. Usually I want to throw it out of the deck over here. Some kind of a flashy thing that says, I think I got your card. And he goes, yes. Boom. Now, the deck was cut in that process, putting the breather and the other 2 cards in the center. So when I did the process, I legitimately cut the deck, put it back together with the breather. The former bottom cards are now, were they already there? Wait a minute. No, they were already there. That's right. Excuse me. Back up, Mike. They're already centered. Okay. You don't have to center them. They're there. So when you kick this card out from the bottom, take another shot here, try to make it look better. That's what I'm trying to just to flip it out. Still doesn't look good. Put the deck back together in order.
How it was.
Okay. Now those cards remain in the center. Okay. So I show him this card. He says, yes. Now flip the deck face up, and you're going to use the tilt move that we talked about before. I think most people know this, but I'll turn around and show the camera in case they don't. Well, by the way, that brings up that thing I told you about earlier. If there's moves that the guys don't know, in fact, in the book Tesseract, moves are tagged with an asterisk. So if it says Elmsley count or double lift or something, the move is tagged with an asterisk. That means on my website, there's video tutorial. So I'm going to give everybody the password, which normally I don't do. But for you guys, hey, you get the password.
Right. Do you mind if we put it on the screen?
Sure. Okay. It's called mallofmagic.com/themoves. Okay. All small letters. mallofmagic.com/themoves. Okay. And that'll take you to like 60 moves with video instruction. So if you don't know tilt, you can go back to that and get a video tutorial of it. Goes with the lecture.
That's great. Thank you so much for doing that.
Oh,
Thank you so
much. No problem. So I want to get a break under this card and lift up. Now, how to get in that position, I would just recommend watch the video on my site, and you'll get a real good version of how to get to here. Then this card gets inserted into the break, but from this side, it looks like it's going into the center, right? Yeah. So that's the whole idea of tilt. So to the audience, this is the magnetic card, which it really is his card. It's going into the center. No, it's going second from top, reversed. And I set the deck down and I say, what's your card? What's your card? Because I want to know those names right now, because I think it's better than did it work? You name the cards, then we can go, there they are. So I think structurally it's better to do that. So now all I have to do is not flash this reversed card. That's his card reversed. I spread and say, push these away. These are the 2 cards that were just named. So you would have said I had the 5 of clubs. He would say I have the 3 of spades. Yeah. That's the double backer. Yeah. But apparently it's the magnetic card because they saw it go in the center. There's no other reversed card. It's really good. Mm-hmm. So now if I just say
I really like it. I really
So you square these guys up. I'm going to give you these in a minute. Okay. These are kind of slightly spread. I push these away and say, now check this out. Actually, I'm doing too many things at the same time. I would have cut this packet because I need to centralize this. So I would have cut this and gestured and said, so you had the 5 and the 3, just put it back this way. Then I hand you these cards. That's set with the reversed, his selection reversed. So now I just say, okay, we'll just put that queen back in the middle of the pack. And this is perfect because it's reversed here, keeping it face up, do that. So it should be reversed there. Yeah. Now, of course, I can't spread because they'll see the reversed card, but because it's a double backer, it looks like it's not there anymore, but it is over here. So I think it's a really fun one. So there it is.
I love it. And I love the structure and how clean and how in the process of losing the cards, you're really controlling everything.
Right.
And then when you're producing cards, you're also controlling them in the right spots. I love this. This is and all it takes is just one little double backer.
That's right.
Yeah, Grandma, how good is this tutorial? Oh, wait, hey, sorry. I'm so sorry. Look, we'll get back to this in a second, Grandma. I need to do a giveaway. So before we get into this episode's giveaway, we need to find out who won last episode's bundle. So who will it be this week? Bam, 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 bam. Whoa, congratulations, champion. You're the winner of last episode's bundle. So if you could DM me on any of Murphy's socials, I'll get that prize straight out to you. Now on to this week's giveaway. If you want a chance to win the Whammy bundle, all you need to do is comment in the comment section below what 3 cards would you have in this selection. Whatever they are, let me know in the comment section below. Then on next episode of Saturday Sorcery, so next week, I'll draw a name out at random and you'll be announced on that episode. So good luck. Now, champion, are you enjoying what you're watching right now? Because I have good news for you. In the Saturday Sorcery playlist, we have over 100 episodes, which means over 100 free tutorials. So make sure you go check out that playlist. There'll be a link in the description below. Go treat yourself to all that free magic. Because you deserve it.
A mysterious 2-part harmony.
Okay.
I supply the first part, which is reality. This is reality here, this packet of cards. You supply the second part, which is called imagination.
Oh, okay.
And I think he has a great imagination, yeah?
Well, he can't drive, but...
Yeah. By the way, guys, if you haven't got a great imagination, just drink this rainbow unicorn stuff and the whole world is your oyster, baby. Okay, so here we go. Imagination and reality.
Okay.
I want you to imagine, just in your mind, not physically, just imagine in your mind you're holding a hand of poker. The ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of spades, yeah? Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades. Javier, some are odd numbers and some are even numbers, yeah?
Yeah.
But you don't need them all. So in your imagination, do you take out the odds or the evens?
The odds.
Okay, they're gone. That leaves the 2 and the 4 of spades, the evens. Which one do you give to me?
The 2.
Meaning you're holding on to the 4 of spades through choices and decisions made entirely by you, yeah?
Yep.
Imagination is one thing, reality is another. Maybe that 4 of spades you're holding there in your imagination is a magic number. Let's count 4 right here, guys, yeah? Right here.
Okay.
That's 1, that's 2, that's 3. And look, there's that 4 of spades you're holding in your imagination. Is that cool?
Great.
That's incredible.
But was that choice, was that chance, or was it your destiny? That's what I wonder. Was it your destiny? In fact, my friend, I actually think it well and truly was your destiny. But I was doing this the other week and a lady said to me, there's another word for destiny. It's almost the same thing, but it's less letters.
Fate?
I say, yeah, that's right. And it's called
Wow.
F-A-T.
That's beautiful.
And that, my friends, is destiny.
Nice. I love it.
That's
I love
a
it.
lovely trick, man.
So, so this is my ungaff version of Mr. Maven, Max Maven, the great Max Maven's Bewave, or Bewave, Bewave, I think it's called. This has been very kind to me, this routine. I only sell this at my live events, so you guys are getting an exclusive. And it's not available online anywhere, but it will be soon. So what you need, you need some custom printed cards, but you can take blank faces and a Sharpie and make this up.
Sure.
So we have 4 blue-backed bicycle cards, and they each have a letter on them. F, A, T, and E, spelling the word fate.
Yeah.
You have a red-backed 4 of spades. That's our force card, printed with the word destiny printed on there. Yeah?
Yeah.
To set up, you just have the cards in fate order, F, A, T, E, and you put your force card, the red-backed destiny 4 of spades, second from the bottom face up.
Okay.
Put a rubber band around it if you want to. A tip I don't bother really in my lectures, but you might want to put like little Sharpie dots, blue dots with a blue Sharpie, so you can tell the orientation of the writing at the end, because you don't want the words coming out like that. Otherwise, it looks like an Australian version of the trick.
Down and under.
Yeah, down and under. So what drives the engine of this trick, gentlemen, is, of course, magician's choice, or equivocate.
Yep.
Or equivoke, as some people call it. Or as I call it, no choice if you do it properly, you know?
Yeah.
Right. And with only 2 steps, that's that easy.
Yeah, you know. And so here's the details. I say we're going to play a mysterious 2-part harmony. I supply the first part, reality. You supply the second part, Javier, imagination. Do you have a great imagination? I think you do.
Yeah, I think so.
And we have some fun with that. Again, connecting. I say I want you to imagine, just imagine you're holding 5 playing cards, and I point to my thumb and fingers, the ace, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of spades. And notice there how I don't go ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades. I go ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of, and almost like I'm making it up, spades. It's just a bit of acting.
Yeah.
Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it gives it spontaneity.
Spontaneity, that's correct, yeah. The American pronunciation is good, but it's actually spontaneity.
Don't worry, you're wrong.
Most likely, yes.
What's Greek for spontaneity? Got him.
Can't think Greek right now.
All right, okay.
Anyway, you put me
I'll
on
say
the
it in
spot.
Spanish. Espontaneidad.
I like.
It's totally different.
By the way,
Very different.
always great to meet you, and you know you speak Greek, yeah.
It's like the spades.
This is an inside joke, by the way.
Spades?
Yeah. So we talk about imagine, not physically, just imagine.
Αυθόρμητο.
I believe
That's
you.
a good
Sounds like
one,
a
yes.
thermometer when you put it in your mouth if you have a temperature. You know?
Pretty similar.
I want you to imagine you're holding 5 cards, just in your mind. No, just in your mind, because you don't want people doing that. You want it just purely in the mind. You could do it, but it's better if it's just in their head. I say the ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades, yeah? And then I repeat that so that everybody is clear, including my participant. Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades. I say, but you don't need them all. I say some of those cards are odd numbers, some are even. So now we're setting up an odd, even equivocate. I say, but you don't need them all. And we'll deal with the variables now, depending on Javier's answers. In performance, I said, you take out the odds or the evens. He says, take out odds. Well, take out is beautifully ambiguous because you can interpret it as take out to use or take out to get rid of. Trash.
Yeah.
Gone. And you said take out the odds. So I say, fine, they're gone. With equivocate, there must be no hesitation whatsoever with your response to your participants' answers. Any hesitation, and you're like a dead fish in the water.
Yes.
Because people are going to think this is hokey. The guy's forcing me.
You have to say it with authority.
You do, which comes with a rehearsal of the answers. So you said take out the odd. I said, fine, they're gone. That leaves us with the 2 and the 4 of spades. Which one do you give to me? Javier said, gave me the 2 of spades. So I immediately, with no hesitation, responded, fine, that means you're holding on to the 4 of spades purely in your imagination, yeah?
Perfect.
You made all the choices. You made all the decisions. Maybe 4 is a magic number. And then we deal down from my right to left and we do the triple revelation.
Yes.
Where you see the 4 of spades face up. Then we reveal the brainwave part where it's red back. And then we have the fate kicker. However, if you said take out the odds, I say, fine, they're gone. And that leaves a 2 and the 4 of spades. Which one do you give to me? If Javier said to me, give me the 4 of spades, I just immediately say, fine. Is there any way we could have known you'd give me the 4 of spades to stay in this imagination game? And then we reveal, and then we do the revelations. However, you're maybe thinking, what happens if Javier says take out the evens? Perfect. I say, fine, that's a 2 and the 4 of spades. Which one do you give to me?
Correct.
There is no BS about eliminating the odds, or some magicians talk too much nonsense words with equivocate or magician's choice. Blah, 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 blah. It's not necessary. You say take out. So we'll do it. This time you'll say take out the evens.
Yep.
Ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades. Some are odd, some are even. Do you take out the odds or the evens?
The evens.
So that's a 2 and the 4 of spades, yeah? Which one do you give to me?
The 2 of spades.
Which means you're holding on to the 4 of spades purely in your imagination. But if you said take out the evens, we'll do it again. This time you give me the 4, yeah?
Okay.
So ace, 2, 3, 4, 5 of spades. Some are odd, some are even. Do you take out the odds or the evens?
Evens.
Even. So that's the 2 and the 4 of spades, yeah? Which one do you give to me?
The 4.
is there any way we could have known that he would give me the 4 of spades to stay in this imagination game?
Yeah.
Everything is covered now. Yeah? Everything is covered.
Yeah.
I'm quite proud of the construction of this equivocate because you could use this for
Yeah,
so
it's
much
beautiful.
more.
Yeah.
It's all inspired by, you want to give me a high five or you want to answer me a question? Or do you want to hit me?
I have a question.
So many options.
Because if you hit me, I hit you back, baby.
Okay, so here's my question. I know that a 2-step equivoke
Yeah.
is super easy.
Yeah.
Any tips on practicing the different scenarios for magicians?
Yeah, don't do it on your wife, girlfriend, or family. Get out there and do it on people in the real world. Also, record yourself. Record yourself on video doing it with the different scenarios. Record yourself on video doing it for people in bars and stuff. Get your friend on their cell phone, iPhone, or Android or whatever to film you doing it.
Can I suggest one?
Record your voice though. And get the timing of it, because you mustn't be too quick with the delivery, with the presentation. You've got to give time for people to assimilate what choice they're going to make.
Yes.
But please, what was you going to suggest?
So I'm talking about people that they haven't played with Magician's Choice, right? So maybe
they're missing out if they haven't.
No, of course. But maybe you can have like flashcards that they have the different scenarios, and you mix them and you drag one, and immediately you have to say the speech. So
that's a good idea. Flashcards,
that'll force you to think quickly.
Yeah.
And if you record it, it'll also.
Hey.
Oh no, I actually wanted to jump on his idea, and your idea as well. You said record your voice. Why can't you just record your answers to it so you have a bunch of answers?
Record your answers. That's not what I actually meant. Kind of record your voice and answers in situ, in turn. Yeah. Because those of you who haven't used Magician's Choice, Equivoke, Equivocate before, you're in for a hell of a treat.
Yeah.
Hopefully some of you guys will make this up and get out there and do it. This effect, actually, I almost think of as a beginning foundation, almost lesson for people in Equivocate.
Yeah.
Because once you understand the concept of this and rehearsing your answers, you can apply this to all kinds of objects.
Yeah.
You could have 6-8 objects borrowed at a table: cell phone, pen, wallet, hair comb, whatever, coins, bills.
Glasses, keys.
You can do a prediction on a napkin anytime, anywhere. Mark Elston said to me years ago at a workshop he held in England, Equivocate is really multiple outs with words.
Correct.
And he was right.
Yeah.
Well, the other great tool for people that it's kind of underused, like Magician's Choice, it's patio force.
Yeah.
Yeah, point of 2, eliminate 1. Roy Baker's great thing.
Yeah.
It's really, really good too. So
Yeah. So to close this off, this effect, basically now I say maybe 4 is a magic number. And then I deal from my right to left. 1, as I call out, 2, 3. And then I say either one or two things. I say, and look, there's that 4 of spades you are holding in your imagination. And there's that 4 of spades you gave me in the game of imagination.
And there are 2 moments now, because it's in the right position, the 4th position, and it's face up.
Exactly.
So 2
and
moments
it's face
at the same
up,
time.
yes.
Yeah.
And you have through choices and decisions made entirely by you. And then I say, but was it choice? Was it chance? Or was it your destiny? I say. Now I take the card towards me. I turn it to make sure the orientation is correct. And I always show it to my participant first before the rest of the audience, because he or she has taken the time to help me. So this is a respect thing, yeah?
And that's 2 reactions again.
And you get a reaction or a smile, and I say, boom, like that. And then I turn it around and punctuate the moment by going,
you milking it.
milking it, yeah. You're milking it. And I put that down and pause. So there is a color contrast between these and these. And then to finish it off, I say, I was doing this the other weekend, wherever, New York, London, blah, blah. And a lady said to me, there's actually another word for destiny. It's less letters. And then I turn these cards over like this, away from me. And it's called F-A-T-E.
Yeah.
And then I usually say something like, and that's when destiny met. And I go like this, fate. And the reset is great. Just put them back in spelling order, F-A-T-E. Turn your 4 of spades red destiny card face up, put it second from bottom, and you're ready to go for the next
so
group.
good,
Put it in your wallet, your purse if you're a lady performer, or whatever, any device you carry your magic on, and you're good to go. So this is called Destiny. This is quite an exclusive thing to me at live events, but now it's out there for you guys to enjoy and have fun with.
Well, it's a real worker. It's a beautiful effect, and you're so ahead of the game. Like, because for them the effect starts when you start dealing the cards.
Yeah.
But you have done everything by that time, right?
Indeed. But rehearse, record your voice, make sure there's no hesitation. cut out all the nonsense words. Just keep it direct, Keep it direct and keep it moving. That's what I say.
Flashcards.
It's beautiful. And it resets itself.
And it resets itself, which makes it a worker for the real world, whatever the real world is these days.
Oh, look at these absolute champions. You guys are the best. It's true. I've Googled it. Thank you so much, Mike, you absolute champion. If you want to see more of Mike's work, make sure you check out the links in the description below right now to an absolute plethora of his beautiful pieces of magic, including this very at the table lecture, which you can pick up for $9.95. And you're also going to learn 21 Again, Invisible Card, Stooge 3 Pile, Odyssey 3, ITH Triumph, The Missing Mistake, the Triple Whammy, which you just learnt, the Money Game Revisited, and Science Fiction. And if you do have any questions on anything you've seen in today's episode, please, my best friend and all-around legend, throw them down in the comment section below, but make sure you use the hashtag #QuestionTime so I can find them amongst all the competition entries. Now, you cutie patootie, it is the weekend, so go on, get out of here, go. I said go on, go enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will see you on our Discord for our weekly jams, trivia, games, hangouts, and even more, which is happening right now on our Discord. So check it out, link below. Or I'll see you on Tuesday for a special episode of Stumped, or on Wednesday for another What's New This Week. Now take care, my friend. See you later. Oh, bye for now. Whoa, hey, whoa, what's that? Oh, you should definitely check out that. Oh, there's so much good magic in there. You won't regret it. Hey, whoa, hey, look at this bad boy. You should definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe, then watch that. Oh, it's a good day to treat yourself.